Shop.
Hello, hello, hello. Tuning in to Sully's Abode Treasure Cup. What
What?
you got?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
We're going to have Johnny Tsunami on stream with some interesting stuff. But welcome to the stream, Sully's Abode Treasure Cup Saturday. Obviously, we have tomorrow as well. Just about to fire off right now.
Yeah. How many players do we have?
We got Johnny going up. Um, Getting people going. Hart, I don't think Hart's going to be here today. I think Hart's got a Treasure Cup. Do you hear me?
Yeah, no, it's just really loud. Yeah, I'm assuming Hart is a regional, I think, right?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah, Top
so.
Cut regional online.
Let's see. Let's go to Johnny Tsunami here.
Yeah, who's he facing? Tony.
Actually, I don't think I can hear you.
Can't hear me?
Not me, but I have to check the stream. Yeah, Johnny Tsunami versus Tony.
What?
I'm just gonna assume. So we'll kick it over to the players real quick. See what they are playing. We got Tony on the left, Johnny Tsunami on the right. We do know Tsunami is on
Carrot.
Carrot.
Yep.
Oh, versus
Carrot
a
against
Floofy.
Floofy. So, at least from what I know, because I did look at Johnny's deck list before this started, um, the cards he's going to want to see is I know he's running a couple of the 5-drop Bonnies, so that'll be good for Carrot to kind of stall out till it can get the higher Don. So if Plouffe does, more like the 9 ramp to get like a bigger body, he can kind of stall for a little bit. What? All right. So Johnny is going first. So Tony is going second. So depending on his hand, he's probably going to go more for, ramp to a 9-drop as fast as possible. Looks like he's mulliganing. And then Johnny, he's going first. So looking for, I can't remember all the names for carrots. I think it is Wanda is the searcher, the 1-drop. So he'll
Yeah.
want that. The 1-drop carrot that searches the Zoe stage, which is Zoe. I think it's you can unrest 1 Dawn during your turn, and also end of your turn you could set one of your Minx type characters as active. So like the Minx he's looking at, Carrot, obviously the most famous one. Um, Pedro, that's also good, so we can get an attack in while also keeping a blocker up. I think it's Inaraki, I think, is the dog. That's, I think, a stun to 5-drops or less.
All right. I think I got all the audio situated.
Yeah, so he does see.
Yep. So yeah, Wanda is that searcher that isn't allow him to find any of these mink characters, and Pedro's such a good card that I've been seeing implemented a lot now, even in Bonnie.
Yeah, and I did see he did pass up one of the Zoe stages. I don't know if it's because he has a carrot in hand or just not worried about it right now.
I don't think Zoe can be searched, if I'm
No,
not
with
mistaken.
one drop carrot, it's the you search top 7 for a Zoe card, and then if you have one on hand, you can play it.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's like the 1-cost Iceberg 2 from EVO2,
okay.
which was a very needed card for carrot.
Barto play?
Yep.
Oh, that's a very good way to use that
Yeah.
Barto ability.
And what's also nice is he is playing these. You can be my samurais. So one of your best first turns, if you're going second, is Wanda Searcher, Carrot Searcher. Grab the Zoe. Zoe will untap one Dawn, and then you can be my samurai. Rest both your searchers and draw 2.
Just all off Barto. What is up, Simon? Welcome to the
So
stream. Audio sound good, Simon? I had to mess with it
Luffy's
for a second.
4. Again,
Yep,
yep.
it's going to be leader ability. More than likely, maybe establishing a Sangoro, maybe a Zorodoro.
Probably a Zoro Juro. Since he ramped this turn, he probably is going to go the 9-drop turn as fast as he can.
Probably looking for Luffy Taro right here. Couldn't hear ourselves, so I had to adjust some things on the soundboard. Did you see what he grabbed?
No, he didn't grab one yet. Yep,
Depth,
Luffy
so
Taro.
Luffy Taro. And then now if he does have the Sangoro next turn, could establish the Sangoro and start drawing the turn after if it sticks. But of course, Johnny has the ability to be able to arrest whatever he wants since he does have the Wanda on the field.
Yep. 5 costs or less.
Yep.
So anything currently, yeah.
And there he goes. He's digging for options here, just continuing to rest the Zorodoro, or resting his opponents, and then drawing off of the Barto.
Yeah, and what's nice with the 7, 5, and 4 drops that Luffy has, Carrot's game plan is basically to just stun all those cards without having to worry about swinging at them.
And there's the carrot that is able to stun the Zorodoro and then basically take it out of action here.
Yep.
And very interesting. I've been seeing this a lot lately, that Usahachi is the original, I believe, OP5 Usahachi.
I think it's Resta 4. Oh, it's on attack.
Yeah, so you attach a Don, you'd be able to rest a 4 cost or less. So I've been seeing people running this Usahachi and then a new one from the starter deck as well. So maybe just another 2K, or just trying to, give yourself more options to rest. So 7 Don, we're probably going to see this Luffy Taro here hit the field. Wonder, if it's going to be the Sangoro. Yep. Sangoro. And now if the Sangoro can stick, it's going to be able to draw. However, Johnny could just rest it and stun it with Carrot to take that draw power away from Tony here.
Yep.
Such a nasty combo.
Yeah. And he doesn't have Zoe currently. If he were to get Zoe, which it looks like he might have one of those 1-drop carrots, what's nice is that carrot will constantly restand at the end of every turn. So you'll always be able to get a stun off, because most likely Luffy isn't going to really interact with it when it's active.
Yeah. I also just saw a 10-cost Dofi in Johnny's hand as well. So
Yeah, so that's the typical top end that Carrot would run. I guess Hody Jones too, but at this point, Hody Jones is just in every green deck.
yeah, I do see a Hody there as well. Does Carrot run that event pack Carrot as well? I think it was a blocker.
No, I don't believe so.
So here we do see the 8K swing into the Zorodoro, stunning the Sangro. Hopefully, probably hoping to be able to get rid of the Zorodoro here to take this pressure off next turn.
It's asking for 3K counter. Oh, wait. Wait, this is going to be bad.
So it ends up clearing the Zordra, which is a good thing. That's what John needed to do, because now Tony, at best, will only have the Luffy Taro, leader swing, and maybe a rush Luffy.
Yeah, and what's
But,
nice,
no, actually won't. He'll be at 8 down, unless he ramps.
and
Oh, here's that
if I
carrot.
think what's gonna happen is right. Hopefully the Zoe comes out too.
Mm-hmm.
Is that getting rid of that
I think he whiffed it.
Zoro Juro, and then yeah. But it can at least put Pedro down, and then he could block, get rid of
Mm-hmm.
Sangoro or Arrested Dawn.
That's true.
Yeah, because if Tony ramps to 9, he's putting a 9 drop down. The longer you can stall that out as carrot, you're in a good position.
Unless he does another Luffy Taro play next turn. Yep, so we do see the counter.
Yeah, Luffy Taro turn would still be good, but I think the bigger body is definitely better.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Tony's gonna have to figure out how to play it around here. Cause again, yeah, that Pedro is gonna knock that Sangoro. Oh, or
Sangoro
unless
Arrested Dawn.
yeah, Restadonna could skew his turn.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna have to play this right. If he wants to play a big character, he's gonna have to establish that first. So does do his leader ability here,
Yep,
ramping to 9.
I think he knows he has to do it right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Johnny would at least be able to block here, get rid of the Sangro, and the next turn stun the.
The Luffy Taro,
Taro.
as long as that swings.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Big Mom.
Oh,
Yeah, it's debatably better than the 9 drop Luffy play.
oh yeah, healing and getting rid of the carrot, definitely. Starts off with a 5K. Maybe Johnny takes it. No.
No, because an 8 is coming in. He doesn't want to get rid of Bardo yet. Because Bardo, again, is just going to be another
Yeah.
cycle.
Cycle card here. I bet you
Oh,
he just
he got
found
Zoe.
Zoe.
Still hurts the play, but he might just play it.
Yeah, currently what? I believe at 9 Don? Yeah.
At 9 Dawn, yeah.
Yep.
And what stun cards does he have? I think Inuarashi.
He could just
Carrot,
rest the
Bonnie.
law and get a cycle here. Yep.
Yeah.
Try to dig a little deeper.
But he might as well swing into the law too. Or maybe keep it up just for the cycle every turn.
Well, he has the carrot, so the carrot will be able to. Oh no, yeah,
No,
yeah,
carrot's a
yeah.
0. 0K stat line.
But it's got the mink type. But I believe carrot leader can only rest what, a 5 or less.
Yeah, but I guess I meant more because Tony might not play another 5 cost or less character for a little bit.
Yeah.
That you can't get a cycle with Barto unless he's going to block with it next
Yeah,
turn.
that's what I was saying. Maybe keep it up for that. Okay.
Oh, he could set Wana back active too.
What, Don? Or the character?
The character.
Okay.
He already did his
Yeah.
unrest on.
The Bonnie is a good move here because it's at least taking away that Luffy Taro swing this turn. So at best, again, if he has that rush Luffy, 3 swings this upcoming turn.
Yeah, if that Zoe is just one more card up, would have been a much easier turn.
Mm-hmm. Although I do think carrot would have still been removed. Or are you able to swing twice in the same
Oh,
turn?
you're right. Sorry, it was removed from Big Mom.
Yeah. So Johnny takes the swing here. Maybe Electric Luna? Oh my god. What a beautiful trigger.
That's perfect.
And then 10 drop Dofi right here to stun the board would be perfect. Another 9 Mom? Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's good that Tony is healing, but Well, I guess he didn't ramp to it.
No, he didn't. So
Y-
that's a good thing.
Yeah, but it's
So
still like it's just a net zero with Linlin.
yeah,
But still, just giving more buffer.
yeah. Just unfortunate that he wasn't able to keep that Bonnie. But the
Hmm.
Dofi here is at least gonna take 3 swings away. Does Tony take it to find some type of options here?
I
Yeah.
feel probably because I feel like his hand is probably low from the Linlins.
I don't know how many he's got in hand currently.
Oh, actually, no, it's a decent amount because if I think about it, he hasn't really countered much this game.
Mm-hmm. You do see that 9K swing.
Another.
Oh, here comes the rush, Luffy.
Yep.
If he finds another Dofi, this would be beautiful.
I think he might have another. Yeah, because if he does, I mean, because Dofi swing at Luffy Taro, Tony's probably just going to counter out because that's just an easy 3K.
Unless he baits out a... Oh, he's going to face. Okay. Probably,
Probably
yep, here's
another
another
Dofi.
10. Going for another 6. Interesting. Hmm. Do you think he's bluffing a Gum Gum Giant?
No, I don't think there's a need to right now. Plus, two, he hasn't used any, and the amount of cards that he's seen, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he has one.
Hmm.
If Johnny, I don't think he does, but again, he's had a lot of cycles. If he somehow finds the third Doflamingo next turn, I think he's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, he does have the Bartol blocker as well, so he
Hmm.
could at least get out of the big Luffy Taro swing, but it also depends if Tony establishes another 9 drop here as well.
Yeah.
And we do know one of them, I think, is a Zoe, right? And a Hody. Oh, he could
Yes.
Hody
Zone
Jones, try
Hody.
to go for game next turn.
Yeah, 2 life and hand size is still kind of tough.
Hmm.
So you go another Luffy. Oh,
Oh,
Sanji. Yep.
that's pretty good.
Probably just lead swing in the Bart and then 7-8 at life.
Potentially, yeah. Or are you just going to go lethal? I don't know, yep. Get rid of the Bartol to be able to... What is up, Chris? Welcome to the stream. We got Carrot versus Ploofy for round 1 here. Forgot to start the timer as well.
Yep. Takes carrot. Takes it.
Yeah, so Johnny's going to try to attempt to go lethal this turn. So more than
Yeah, I
likely going
think
to see
so.
Hody Jones resting that last Dawn and just swing for the masses here.
Yeah, because I guess with only one, and then Zoe is also going to restand one more Dawn,
Mhm.
so we'll have 4 Dawn to work with.
Yeah,
Yep.
maybe swing 7.
Uh,
Yeah, there you go. It's a 7K swing. Oh, so here we go. 9, 9, 10,
Probably
11.
9, 10, 11.
Let's see if Carrot can make it into the next round.
Tony might have been banking too much on a Gum Gum. I don't know.
Maybe. It looks like he's countering the counter right here. Oh, let's see if 11 gets through.
Oh, just
Oh,
enough.
just enough. And that, what a good game from the Carrot there.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking. I don't know if the math changes, if Carrot swings 8
Hmm.
first, whether he's gonna counter with 2 2Ks,
Yeah,
because that at least asks for 4K counter, not 3, because then that could change the 9K swing, 10 and then 11.
that's true.
But you'd have to rewind to do the math on that.
a very, very close game there.
Yep.
And it just shows you how how well Carrot is doing in this meta. A
Yeah,
couple extra support cards does a wonders for it.
I think Johnny was really hoping that first 9 cost that came down was like Luffy.
Hmm.
Just take that instead of the big moms, because getting rid of that carrot is a little rough.
Yeah.
It let Luffy Taro have more pressure, forced to play the Bonnie on that instead of like Bonnie Dawn um, or I guess it would have been like the 9-drop Luffy that swung.
Yeah. Well, double Big Mom removing any of his bodies was just really the damaging part there. 'Cause
Yeah.
not just not being able to put any pressure after, because all he had left was the Wanda, the Carrot, and the Barto blocker. So just kind of unfortunate there. Damn Carrot.
Yeah,
Carrot starter looking good in a couple weeks.
and that Zoe with, like, could have potentially mattered because it would have been another Dawn that he's swinging 6 with Carrot. He wouldn't have had the
Mm,
hard play for 3.
yeah.
Maybe more. I mean, again, you never know how it's going to shake out, but
Yeah.
yeah, missing that was definitely really tough.
And it missed it by one card just because
I
the
know.
next top draw was the Zoe card. So it was just very unfortunate there.
Hmm. Oh,
Man.
yeah, the Carrot starter deck is looking really good. I think they put the wrong leader in there, though.
Gee.
Yeah.
You know, that Shank starter deck looked very promising, and the Uta reveal was just very underwhelming. Maybe for RP Uta. RP
Yeah.
Uta could probably use it.
I still thought that Uda was fine. It's just another 2K with utility.
Yeah. And again,
So,
that's why I say maybe in RP Uta you ramp to your 10s and then just slam it
yeah.
down.
Yeah, honestly, so far, maybe I'm in the minority. Just talking about the decks that it's supporting,
Hmm.
I think Buggy might have the best. Or, well, Purple Black Luffy, actually. Purple Black
Purple
Luffy is
Black, I
probably
think, got the
better.
best.
Then,
Buggy got a lot of 2Ks, which is cool. The
no,
super rare Buggies, cheeks.
oh yeah, I mean, that Buggy is so bad. But the 2Ks it got, the Alvida was
The
nice.
Croc and
And
Mihawk
the
was
Croc
good.
and Mihawk, because it gives a lot more +1 cycles.
Hmm.
To find what you need, use leader ability. So I think that's why it's really probably second best revealed so far
Oh,
with the
yeah.
full list.
Let's see. Let's check the rounds. See how many people are still in the rounds here.
Um,
2, 3, 4. So we're still waiting on 5 games currently right now.
yeah.
Oh, we have a bye. So we have 25 people here for Treasure Cup today.
Hmm.
So I know they're playing for 1, and I think they might be raffling 1 off as well, if
I
I'm not mistaken.
thought, no, I think they upped it to 2. Top 2 gets a pudding, and then they're raffling off 2.
Oh, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. So it's at least decent amount. That's a lot of puddings.
Yeah, a lot of puddings. I
Yeah,
think they
25
did
cents.
add the EB packs on entry.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not. I'm not sure on the full pricing though. Obviously, the pudding. I think more event packs. But for first and second, I'm not sure what the extra is besides
Yeah.
pudding, unless that's it.
True. And then much less, this is just one Treasure Cup, because again, we are going to be streaming tomorrow for the second Treasure Cup
Yep, tomorrow
as
same time.
well. So I know a lot of people didn't pop out today because they are in the online regional today. So good luck to those players. Um, but tomorrow they could come for a pudding.
Yeah. How many RP or not RP GP Luffy's do you think we're gonna see today?
I don't know. It's a very expensive deck to build. Not many have it. But I would say at least
Yeah.
maybe 6. I did see one that does main it. I believe his name is Mark. I did see
Okay.
Jay with it yesterday. Made it into the finals of TGS's Treasure Cup and
Yeah.
lost. So I know we're probably going to see a couple here today for sure. And
Yeah.
Rosinante, I did see Espen out there. He's been playing Rosinante.
Yeah, GP Luffy, it's very expensive, but I know if someone really wants to play it, they're going to play it because people have been looking forward to it.
You got me. I built it.
Yeah, I mean,
It was cheeks with it.
yeah. But
But we will be going on a short break here. I'm going to go see what's going on the floor and see how much longer the round has here. So we will be right back.
Atera. For just
All right, and we are back. Just push the pairings out. We are going to be seeing a GP, I believe a GP versus a Shanks. So if you guys tuned in on Wednesday, I know you guys did get a chance to see Matt W.
Yep.
He was actually using a very interesting event card, and that's the Nobody Hurts My Friends.
For
Shanks. So
is that
going over
that's
to the
not the
players here.
search event, right?
No, it's not the search event. It's the reduction.
Oh,
And also, we're here with Andrew, not Johnny. So fix that there. So yeah, heading over to the players here. So we have Mark on the left, Matt W on the right, and of course, again, Mark is on GP Luffy, and he does have the alt art. Such a very nice alt art.
I know. It's such a clean leader.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for Shanks, I mean, there's so many people messing with the control variant now where you're not seeing the dragons, the 5-cost Luffys as much anymore. It's basically just trying to be able to KO a 6K stat line or less every turn. So like stages. I know people put Yasop back in just to get the -1K on swing.
Yeah.
But if GP Luffy, sees everything they need to see right away, and Shanks really doesn't, I mean, GP can basically win any matchup as long as it sees what it needs.
Yeah. The thing is, Shanks is now been changed from like more of a rush variation to full control,
Oh,
and it can hard control this GP list.
it can.
Because I've lost to many
Like,
Shanks recently.
yeah, people's Shanks deck lists have gone so far into control that it actually hurts other matchups. Like, there's basically, you're not going to be winning against Zoro. You're not going to be winning against Blackbeard anymore.
Oh yeah, this control list hard loses to Blackbeard.
Yeah. I mean, it's just too slow. But yeah, against like GP, Bonnie, um, I mean, those are like the main ones that it constantly controls. There's almost no chance.
Yeah. And we do see Building Snakes. Building Snakes is a very good card, especially, again, reducing the Sanji puddings, just swinging right into them.
Yeah, he's got that. The Lucky Roo is good. Again, just a great curve card. It's annoying. Gets rid of the Zoro Juro.
Do we know who won Dice Roll?
I don't know.
We'll see here in a second anyway. And I believe maybe Mark is going to go first, which GP wants to go second. Obviously, you want to see that. Sanji and Pudding on curve. Sanji Pudding, do the ability, Zoro Juro, play out the two bodies. And we do see, looks like he is going first. So Nami is able to grab a Straw Hat type card, is not limited to color like the Zoro Juro is, which is very good. And can be anything except a Nami. What do you grab?
He grabs Sanji Pudding. Yep.
And that's exactly what you want to see there. So on curve, we'll at least be able to establish that body.
Yeah. Where second for Shanks, before it was more looking at it as, get the tank to cost Shanks as fast as possible. But now it's more having the extra Dawn for building stake Beckman, or getting stage out first turn. Just be able to establish that early without messing up curve. Or also if you establish Yasop on 6, and then on your 8, swing with Yasop, and then Ben Beckman. Or, I mean, there's so many different variations.
Yeah. And that's the good thing, because I know GP runs the stage specifically to raise the cost. However, Shanks doesn't care. Shanks is going for attack stats.
Yeah, and I think that's what people realize.
So with the stage is able to search out Gum Gum Giant, which is very good. All the searchers in this deck can grab Giant. Unlike Law always bottom decked it.
Yeah, because Law is a 2 cost or higher.
And we see a lot of searching going on with this GP Luffy here. Grabs the stage, and this is the stage I was talking about. On play, we'll also be able to give him a draw since his leader is a Straw Hat. And it's good. You can get that buff, but again, against Shanks, it doesn't matter. But it's good to at least dig a little deeper in the deck.
Yeah, that's really the only reason they grab it right now compared to anything else, because he only had 1 Dawn left. He's not, doing anything with it.
And this is the good thing about Shanks. He didn't bother swinging with leader because it does have that inheritable 1K counter there.
Yep.
And GP does take that life. I've heard from Benso, who has won, our big league tournament here, our big special event.
Yep.
He says the best thing to do is starve GP. You don't want to give it options until you get a field, but again, depends on the build you are running for Shanks.
It depends, and then also, heavily depends on the build you're running for Shanks. Whether you have a good enough hand to be able to do that. You have to kind of see the signs and tells with GP Luffy to see if you're able to do that. But I really don't think it's a matchup where you have to starve.
Yeah. And going on the 6th Dawn, I do see a Yasop in hand, so might establish the Yasop and get a poke in, and then we'll have that ready for next turn with the Ben Beckman, which you do see 2 of.
Yeah.
So that Sanji Pudding is not sticking around for much longer.
Yeah, and because he doesn't have stage, he's probably going to go that route instead of a Rayleigh.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely going to be the play there.
Yeah, and he might also just establish a building snake right now with that extra one. Zoro could get rid of it, though. The 4-cost Zoro.
Yeah, and it would have the rush since Matt W would have more than 2
Yeah,
characters.
but I think he's okay with it. Just because he has 2 building snakes. Oh, he has 2
He could
Rayleighs.
also choose to block with the Lucky Roo if he really wanted to,
That's true.
and KO body off Mark's side of the field. So now let's see if Mark has the next Sanjin pudding to chain it. And that's exactly what they want to see.
Yeah, because if we don't have another Sanji pudding, I mean, one's going to be removed, and then you're going to be set back quite a bit.
And this is where maybe establishing that double building snake would have been good. Because he could have bottom decked both, established the Rayleigh, and oh no, just kidding. Rayleigh only knocks 1. I lied.
Yeah, it only knocks 1, and then plus with the curve that Matt was on, I mean, you wanted to play that Lucky Roo, you wanted to
Yeah.
play, you know.
Well, turn
Yeah,
1
so-
played nothing. He had the 2 down. But again, you don't want to
Yeah.
risk the chance of a Zoro coming down and just
Yeah,
knocking
early
one of them.
Zoro is just such a waste. At this point, like them having the swing with other characters, not terrible because they're turning them sideways. So anything you don't pop, you're just gonna remove by attacks.
Yeah. So here's getting a swing in with the Sanji pudding, and it's best to do so because it's not going to be sticking around here for too long.
Yep.
And we do see that Lucky Roo block pop into Nico Robin, and now Mark gets to choose to search, and he is going to.
It gives him another search, but
Just
it
going
sets
down
him-
and down, yeah.
Yeah, it sets him back 1 more dawn. And then 2, it won't, it's not going to be there for when Matt wants to swing.
Yeah, that's true. There is also a new gate in Mad W's hand as well.
I see the reasoning behind it, but I never loved the new gate. I guess it's just like another 7 curve option.
Yeah, it's that, and being able to reduce and pop is good in a lot of other matchups. Especially again with Building Snake established, it'll be able to remove whatever he wants as well.
It's just more like if you don't have stage out, it's not hitting that many things in this meta without extra help.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. Very good in Marco.
Yeah, and Marco, it's great.
Yeah. And this is where the Lucky Roo would have been pretty good to be able to remove this Zoro. But best to protect it to, be able to try to get rid of the Sanji pudding right here. Because there's a world where he swings 7 into it, reducing it by 1. Ask for at least a counter from hand, and then just Ben Beckman it.
Yeah, I mean, we can actually get rid of both Sanji puddings right now if we really wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
By using Building Snake, you can go the Rayleigh route, or you can just go the 1K on Yasop. Ben Beckman, or maybe you can get there with. You might be able to get there with. Oh my gosh,
there it goes.
Newgate.
There you go.
Yep.
That's a good play there. And now you could swing into it.
Yep.
So remove the 1, using the Building Snake, and then using the Rayleigh to reduce it by another 2, be able to pop it.
Yeah, and also too, both these swings, it's going to ask for a lot of counter if he wants to protect it. And if he Gum Giants this early, I don't know if that's the. I mean, he might have to, but I don't know if it's the best move.
I don't think so. But again, Matt W not really giving him much options here. There's going to be another
No.
6K swing coming after. I could see a 2K and then maybe in desperation a giant. Yeah, so there is that Usahachi. Oh, 3K to save
Yep.
it. And again, he still has the Ben Beckman in hand, so if this Yasop can stay alive this turn, can swing at lead, reducing, and then Ben Beckman it. If not, he still has a Building Snake.
Yep.
10 drop Luffy would be very interesting in this deck.
Yeah, Mark still has all on for 7, Luffy Taro into another Sanji Pudding.
Yeah, if he's got it.
Yeah, because GP Luffy has the problem against Lucci and Shanks, where if they have to spend every turn constantly rebuilding board, they get nowhere.
Yeah. And we do see the Luffy Taro to Sanji Pudding. So we'll get the draw off that Sanji Pudding as well. Looks like he procced the leader ability as well. So you got to make sure you draw the card as soon as it hits the field before you proc leader ability and everything.
Yeah, because
although yes, it'll still be the same, but
yeah, because like technically, if you really wanted the Roll Shark, you can't deny that draw. I'd be surprised to see it in a local Treasure Cup, but I mean, I've had worse.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he might be considering swinging with the Sanji Pudding again. However, it is a 4, so he's gonna need to at least attach 2 Dawn at the minimum, since again, Shanks does have that inherent 1K counter.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he swings with it though, because if he swings with it, both those Sanji Puddings are gone.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's worth the potential 1 life you're getting here.
And yep, here goes that 6K.
Yep.
A mole pistol would have gone nasty right there. Oh, you see the pop shanks in his hand there.
Yeah, it's I don't think it's not really needed. Also, too, now that I'm thinking about it, Matt doesn't really have much counter there.
Nope.
So this Luffy Taro might present kind of a threat. And Mark does have a decent amount of Dawn, so a secret Luffy could potentially end the game, surprisingly.
Yeah, if it can hit the field, but
Yeah.
Mark does have a good board to have it establish and do
Yep.
damage here. 6 cards in hand, 1 Dawn up, which we do know is a Gum Gum Giant in his hand here.
Yeah. Yep, he's going to clear 3 characters this turn.
So Ben Beckman can't. Oh, here comes another Rayleigh. And Mark decided not to swing with the Luffy Taro, which is interesting. And it still has the Rayleigh to be able to swing 2K over the Zoro as well.
Yep. And then he still has 1 up for the Yasop ability, unless he's going to keep 1 up for Divine Departure.
Potentially.
I don't think he has 1 in hand, but again, could get 1 off a life or just bluffing it.
Oh, he just played the Luffy Taro. You're right. Swung 6 into the Yasop here. If he's not going to save the Dawn for the Divine Departure, he could have baited out some more counter as well, swinging 5 into it
Yeah,
with
but
the
also,
leader.
also too, if Mark does have 1 Dawn up again, I mean, at this point, he's just going to keep 1 up. If he uses Gum Gum Giant to save the Zoro, I think that makes his next turn even harder because he doesn't have Sanji Puddings left.
Yeah.
And he'd be going down to 4 if he went the Gum Gum, then 6 next turn.
So we do see the Rayleigh going into the Zoro. More than likely, looking at his Dawn there, debating on using that Gum Gum Giant here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
And this is also a good thing to do because he can filter to try to look for the secret Luffy. He does not have it already.
Yeah.
Oh, he did have one already.
I was going to say, if he had one, I mean, again, with the 1 Dawn up and his hand size, he's probably scared, but Shanks does get very bricky. So, again, there was always that world where if he just stayed with 8 Dawn next turn and used Secret Luffy, I think it's possible he could have game.
Possibly, yeah, it could probably get there. Does give up that Otama 2K there.
Oh, I didn't notice the Otama 2K. I just saw the chopper.
Is he gonna go for the Hail Mary right here?
I think he might be going for a Hail Mary because there's just no. Unless he tries to.
Does have the Chopper 2K as well in hand. Lucky Roo, Ben
Yeah.
Beckman.
Because Mark could try and live one more turn and bank that Matt doesn't have any blockers. But there's 8 total blockers in Shanks being run right now. So, I mean, that's kind of a big risk.
And looks like he is going to try to go for it. So he's going 6 to leader here. This is just maybe Matt W baits it out.
This is where I think that Gum Gum Giant really hurt this play. I think it would have been better just to give up that Zoro Juro because you're talking about 1 6K swing compared to 2 9K swings.
So you do see another 2K come here. So now I don't even think it's worth going the lethal route here. You're just going to have to try to find a way to survive one more turn.
Yeah, I don't know if I would return those 2 active. Yeah, I would just try and survive.
Oh, he is going to go for it, and he's going to have to take a life.
Oh, I forgot he didn't use leader skill, too. Yep. Yep, just an easy 2K.
Yep, and that is exactly what Matt W has
And without
there.
any dawn up, I think it's pretty much over.
Oh, you never know. Electric
mean-
Luna out of life.
That's true.
Electric Luna stunned the Rayleigh. 0 cost event. Swing for the fences.
I mean, Mark's hand is all 2Ks, right?
Yeah. So we do see the Rayleigh connect, and I'm probably going to slap it all on the Rayleigh here.
Yeah.
Oh, there. 11K.
Oof.
Almost there. So Matt W takes it. Gonna go on to round 3 for the pudding here.
Yeah, I wonder if. I mean, he was going to be saving that 1K for a secret Luffy anyway, but I don't think. I don't know if that still would have potentially got him game, even if he did 6.
It would have made his
8.
numbers a bit better, having those 2
yeah.
extra Dawn for sure.
It would have been a bit better, but we did see that he was getting. I think he got like 2 2Ks off of life.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt W.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And that's just unfortunate there. Definitely should have played it at least out one more turn. But again, not having those Sanji puddings, also just being able to consistently remove them, made it a little bit more difficult. And that's where swinging with the Sanji pudding that one turn, he could have at least had 1 stick that turn if he didn't turn it sideways. Would have been reduced, but...
Yeah, it would have stuck on the board at least. It would have been an extra dawn, or it would have been an extra attack. Yeah, I mean, just swinging 6 in the Shanks. I mean, yeah, those are like the good numbers against Shanks, but the amount of life he had, it really didn't matter.
Yeah. And looks like we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds again. Still waiting on.
Yep.
So let's see. So we did see Matt W take it. Benjamin lost to Matt G. So Benjamin has been running wild here at the
Matt
Abode
G
lately.
was playing Kid, right?
He's on Yellow Kid today, yep.
Yeah, that can be a tough matchup, especially since it is control Shanks. It's like, yeah, you're popping, but being able to burn, you have to use your Beckmans on the basils just so
Yeah.
he doesn't get the trash.
Let's see. So there was 1 down pair. They won their match, so we're still going to be seeing. So potentially go home early depending on the down pair in the next round. Beef Supreme, I did see he has been on Smoker lately. Not sure what Teddy's playing.
Beef Supreme is playing Vegapunk today.
Oh, Vegapunk.
Yeah, he went back to
Interesting.
yellow. You got to go back home
So,
sometime.
yeah, I haven't dabbled in Vegapunk since he came out, but it was definitely a fun time. Circle Button, I know, was on Limb, just lost. Jay's probably on
Okay.
Green Purple, unless he decided to dabble in something different today.
I'm not sure what Jay is running. Last weekend, I know he was playing Betty, but I
Um,
didn't see what deck he had out today.
yeah, so let's see. Yeah, just waiting on these 5. Espen was on Rosanante and just so happened to lost. Round 1, that would have been very good. He did make it very far in Treasure Cup on Thursday. Oh man, gonna have the best viewers, huh? Skillful decency. This guy.
But that's just a normal person. Why would we ban him?
Skillful decency.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, about that. I mean, I won't be surprised because I did see a good amount of Shanks, so I won't be surprised if a Shanks takes it all. But also,
Hey,
too, if Matt G sees more Shanks along the way, then I
I
think he's in a good spot.
I want to see Blackbeard.
There wasn't many.
I don't think there's a Blackbeard here today.
No, there is.
There is?
There was one Blackbeard. I don't know how he's doing. I did see, think like 3 Zoros, but I know one of those matches, the Zoros were against each other.
Oh, okay.
And with GPs being knocked out, I mean,
Makes it a little bit better. Although I will say I've tested against GP. It's not terrible. It's a bad time, but not terrible.
no, it's not terrible. Especially if they first, I mean, they should see it with the amount of searchers they have, but
Yeah.
if for some reason they don't see the secret Luffy at the right time, it can get kind of rough.
Yeah. Glad you changed the name tag. I thought Johnny was less hairy. He sure is. Control Shanks versus Control Shanks so lame. You mean Red Lucci versus Red Lucci, first of all. That's what we call Control Shanks.
Nah. Well, yeah, I guess the Rayleighs is just a more expensive Lucci in a way.
Yeah. Except you remove one instead of 2. Then you got the Newgate pop that you jack.
I don't know. I do not like seeing Shanks. Like every deck that I'd want to play basically is not good against Shanks, and then I play Shanks and it's like, I'm doing good, but it's not my cup of tea. I don't know. What other decks did you see out there?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I went to go grab this orange juice.
Oh, yeah, I gotta
I
fuel up.
and I called it a day.
I mean, from what I saw, it's not like there really wasn't anything crazy besides like the Rosinante.
I did see a Bonnie out there.
Yeah,
Um,
I did see one Bonnie.
Bonnie Shanks, Ploofy, GP. Um, that's about all I saw when I was walking up to the front. Shanks slander, hold up. My bad, dog.
Yeah, and then with Bonnie, I'm trying to figure out the control Shanks matchup because before like the rush, like towards the end, it kind of sucked, but it was more manageable. But I'm thinking you might have to starve Shanks to be honest, and just like find that one point where they just don't have the removal
Yeah.
and kind of go from there. Because before you were trying to keep some pressure on, like going on odd curve, but
Now you can't do that as much.
no, not really.
Let's see. It looks like we're waiting on 3 more people here. So actually, it looks like Teddy and Beef Supreme have already finished their round. So we're waiting on 2 then. So let me see. I'm gonna take a lap around right now and see what is left.
Yeah.
I'll leave you with the chat.
Huh?
I said I'll leave you with chat.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, carrot the whole board, but now with control Shanks, it doesn't really. It's not as good. You might be able to stun one thing on curve, maybe. No, not even a Yasop, to be honest. I mean, like a Lucky Roo, you could stun at that point, but then your carrots are just being removed left and right. I mean, I guess it is close to the same. The only thing that it has more now is like stage new gates, so that's more 6K removal. It's running like basically 4 building snakes now, so the kids can be hard to protect, especially if they have a wide enough board to attack into it. But the 10 drop KO shanks is pretty rough. Yeah, I mean that's all that gets stunned. But again, with how slow Shanks also goes and removing, I mean, who cares if I stun one Ben Beckman late game? The carrot's probably going to be gone. So maybe the control. Yeah, no, Green Shanks is I want to see that in every matchup. Maybe the control Shanks is easier time for Bonnie. I'm not sure because you stay healthier, so you're not too worried. How'd it go?
I got rolled.
Oh
My
no.
hand, I played red purple Luffy, and my hand is one Dofi, both Lunas, and like the two 2Ks.
Yeah,
So
that's just tough.
it's just tough.
Yeah, because even though it's ramping, +2, his
Yeah.
leader's a 6K, so that makes it a bit harder.
I think I just drew into like multiple stages and like none of my like 5 drops to do anything.
Yeah. Man, that sucks. Which do you think is an easier matchup for Bonnie? Control Shanks or like the more classics Shanks with the rush?
The rush one's so much easier.
I know. 'Cause, I mean, that was my thoughts, but then I'm like, I don't know, you'll stay healthier. I mean, I've never tried starving a control Shanks where it's like I'm basically forcing you to have it, but
I mean, the control shank is basically anything you play is gonna get popped. So
I know.
You literally just have to go aggro instead against them.
Just do an L strats, just attach Dawn to Bonnie every turn and swing.
Yeah, that's basically kind of it.
Except for like one for leader ability, rest every Lucky Roo. I guess place down a carrot to stun Lucky Roo every
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's a lot easier just because, you know, if they're playing aggro,
At least
a
you're
lot of
getting
times those
life.
rush cards don't have counter, so compared to like a lot of the control stuff,
Yeah.
I mean it's kind of the same. The top end still no counter, but it's like, you know, at least they're rushing. They're probably not going to take out anything else on your board.
That's true. So you can kind of plan more around like what they have on board already and then what they're going to potentially get rid of. So it's not as bad, I guess.
And just because a lot of those rush cards are not really a threat, just like you said, because you just freeze everything. But also a lot of those rush cards are like the Sanji are like 6Ks, where it's
Yeah.
actually able to swing compared to Rayleigh and like the 10 cost pop shanks. It's like, what am I gonna do against those other than just hope I have my 9 cost shanks?
Yeah, the only thing that was rough about like the 5 cost rush Luffy in the Shanks was if you didn't see Carrot on curve and then that Luffy got in like
Yeah.
2 big swings that you don't want to.
Well,
Get
also
out
because
of?
since I'm playing the version with
Oh,
Pedro
well,
in there,
Pedro's changes
and Pedro
it
just
now.
kind of was like, yeah, you don't care about aggro anymore.
Yeah. It just wasn't really being ran before EB. Are we pushing pairings?
I was like, we're pairing for round 3. About to be up.
All right.
If we're going with table 1, Jay versus Teddy, I think that'll be Bonnie versus GP. If Jay is playing green purple.
Wait, who's Teddy's playing Teddy's playing Bonnie?
Yes, that's what he told me earlier. Unless he changed it to black purple.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what he was running today because last weekend he was playing Betty, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Either way, if he's either playing Betty or Bonnie, or Betty or green purple, it's still more favorable for the Bonnie.
Yeah.
That's why I was hoping playing Carrot, I play against like a Betty, I'm like, all right, you play your cross suit. Let me just let me rest it real quick. Just swing in.
I mean, I would still 100% rather face Betty than GP because GP can at least get
Yeah.
off to like a very hot start, where Betty's at least gonna
Yeah,
starve
the high roll
himself.
for green purple is crazy because if they get at least 2 Sanji points on the field, it's like you're playing with like over 10 Don every single turn.
I know.
I think what happened to me yesterday, I was playing Carrot against GP. He was able to go on a 6 Don into Sanji pudding. Next turn, play 2 Sanji puddings.
Yeah.
And so he just gets 3 extra Don every turn.
James Teddy.
All right, I guess I'm on for the
Yeah.
call for this one, unless James wants to come back in.
What?
You want to come in or not? You want me to do this, or what do you want?
Did he drop, Johnny?
Commentate this one, or it's up to you.
You got a roundup?
I'm out already. I'm on X2.
Oh, did you drop?
Yeah, I ain't here anymore.
What the
Oh, you
heck?
already did drop.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over
You want
here.
to do one?
I'll do one. I'll be interesting because
I can't type.
I played this matchup a good amount already, so I got some expertise. All right. Looks like we got
So
Johnny
it's-
Tsunami on the call for this one.
Yeah.
I went X2. I was demoralized after that game 1 on stream, as you all saw.
All right, let's go to the players.
But yeah, I
Let me
believe-
update.
Let me see.
What
Oh,
are they
no.
playing?
Jay is on Betty this
Yeah,
time.
so we got Teddy playing Bonnie and Jay on Bello Betty, which I think Bello does do.
It's a lot of it's also
Decent.
very dial dependent.
Oh wait, no, Teddy's playing Bonnie, not GP.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, getting everything mixed up right now. So yeah, I mean this is a favorable matchup for Bonnie again.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless Bello just high rolls.
I mean, also a lot of it's like die roll as well. Just that
Yeah.
being able to go second, do the Emporio immediately. Change the life to 5.
Oh yeah, for Bonnie.
Yeah. So I don't know if it did die roll yet.
Uh,
Okay, they're doing it now. 8. That's pretty good. That's an 8. 10.
oh, that's better.
Oh, interesting. Teddy elects to go first in this matchup. I usually just go second, but there is merit to going first just because you have a lot of good 5 drops now.
Yeah, I mean, I still prefer second just so they can only
Yeah.
put one Searcher Bello Betty on that turn, and then on they're basically waiting until their 5 Dawn curve to put like anything super meaningful.
I try to like going second too, just because depending on your build, if, like I'm playing Barto and Pedro, going second, just putting those down is really good.
Yeah.
And just because it feels weird because they are an aggro deck, so if you're going first and you play Barto on 3, you don't have lead effect up, so they're able to just do their Emporio combo
Yep.
immediately and not have to worry about you resting anything, especially if they get the Searcher on turn
Yeah.
1.
Also, yeah. There's also too like Teddy going first. You play like a Bonnie, even if Bello doesn't play the Searcher. Like, what if they have the Kuma? It just pops the.
Yeah, it's also very
You
scary.
know.
That's what happened to me in like. It's scary in like the Blackbeard matchup too. If you go first as Bonnie, you just put it down and it's like, all right, dock Q pop.
Yeah.
Then you have to swing in the dock Q and they just get the free draw.
Yeah. This is the first time I've seen Teddy play Bonnie.
He's played it a little bit before. Ooh, I think it's 2 0 costs, Hody and Carrot.
I mean, Carrot's nice, but that can be kind of rough.
Yeah, but the
I'd
thing
like to
is,
have the blockers.
You can play. Yeah, you can't Carrot going first because you'll stun something, but then you don't have lead effect.
It's probably just like a 1 cost too. You'd be stunning.
Yeah. 5. This is a trigger. This is a. The Morley is
Yep.
a crazy card. That's like. You don't have to swing with it. You can just leave it there. It just threatening and forces out the lead effect every time just because you don't want the unblockable to come through.
Yeah. Also, that is one of the, in my opinions, the better answers to Kid if they drop it, just because it is
Yes.
unblockable. And with leader ability attaching some Dawn, it's
Yeah.
asking for so much counter.
Ooh, this could be. I don't think you get the pitch for this turn because it's gonna force out 2 2Ks or
Yeah.
just take 2 like life and or a life in the 2K.
I don't think there's any reason to pitch this turn.
It's also just nice too. You get the value off Karasu without.
I
I would probably.
I would have
I
rested
think
Karasu.
didn't I was say he has carrot. I know that.
Yeah.
I think it's just an easy counter.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna stun it with Carrot, but that's fine.
It's
You want
fine.
as many bodies as you can, so Carrot can't, keep too much
Yeah,
control.
and you can just swing kind of big right now.
Also, too, not having that Dawn for leader ability that might hurt right here.
Yeah, especially if you go like the 5 cost Ivankov or even the 4 cost.
And then, it's very, very, very rare, but there's always the possibility that Jay could leader ability. Okay, another Karasu. I was gonna say he could like Sabo and get rid of the Carrot.
Yeah.
It's very rare to see, but
I think I see a 3rd Karasu in the hand too. If nothing is done, it could be a potential 2K leader next turn.
yeah, unless he wants to play something else, I don't think you need to leader ability still.
Yeah, you do have the 2 you
'Cause-
could just attach to make him 3.
Yeah, so that'd be a 7 in the 4 and then 5 in the 4.
But I think since you're so far ahead right now, you just put on as much pressure. Yeah.
I'm guessing a Bellow. Yep.
If you get like a dragon off this, this is gonna be very scary.
Dragon's rough. I don't know how much.
Ooh.
Yeah. Especially in this matchup, you just grab it because Carrot's not going to be able to stun it.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like your game finisher and like these games where they try to stall you out and
Yeah.
let you run out of gas. Because a lot of times you end up with like they only have 1 life, but then if you
Yeah.
play dragon, you can go 9 leader, 12 with dragon, and that should usually deal. 3 in hand though.
Yeah. There's also, I know, like, it can be sometimes risky to Hody Jones, but there's a lot of times I like playing Hody Jones into
Yeah,
Bello.
I think
It's just the fact Teddy's at 2 life, so you could just die next turn.
yeah. I think you need to find like a blocker or something.
Yeah.
Off this, I see Cavendish.
Yeah, Cavendish is not
But
going to
it's
be
like-
working.
A Rouge?
A Rouge.
Okay, that's really big now.
Yeah, you needed something there.
So then you'll be able to effectively clear this board then. Is there an angle to just go at lead, put him at 1, and then Hody next turn? You could potentially win.
No, I think that is way too risky, especially since we know he's only going to put down 1 Rouge.
Okay. I guess it's true. If you do go its face, you're probably just going to stun the
Yeah.
Karasu and not the Morley. Then you're just going to be like, all right, swing 8 at carrot.
Yeah, this is too where I think they only used it once. I can't remember how many times Jay has used leader ability.
I think just the once.
Okay. Let's see. I mean, Dragon would be really nice. It's not going to get stunned. I think oh.
I feel like this is not that good of a situation to drop the Karasu because you just get, if you try to sling with leader, that just gets rested. but I think
Yeah,
there's
but
a
that's okay, because if he's going to use leader ability, which I think he's going
Yeah.
to do right now, yeah, he's still going to have 2 big swings. He'll have Dragon next turn, but, I mean, Teddy
was
does have a
this
lot of
is
counter.
this Karasu stunned? Wait, how did he get the? Okay, I don't remember this. Oh wait, no, he had another Karasu that was rested and he killed it. Oh, 'cause I
Yeah.
forgot he had like all 3 or 4 of these already.
So went 8 at carrot. Did he minus carrot by 1 or lead?
I'm not sure, but I think Teddy has a lot of counter. You have to save this carrot.
Yeah, at this point, like, Teddy might actually be fine and bounce
Yeah.
back now.
I'm looking at his hand. It's like 0 cost event, 2 Ks, and like a Hody.
Yeah, he has Searcher, 0 cost, Hody.
Okay, it was.
Oh, it's Rosie.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like it was 9 at the carrot. Or even if it was carrot or leader,
Or-
that's into 5. It's both in the 5. It had to be in the carrot because that would have been over countering then.
Yeah, that was 8 into carrot.
Not sure. 4 or on. 4 down. If you have like another. Okay. Oh yeah, Betty's 8
Going
at
to
life.
life now.
I
I
think
mean, this is also really tough because Jay, I think, only has 2 cards in hand. We know one
of
is a
them-
dragon.
Yeah.
Other, I think, is Raise Max. Yeah, so he knows what it is. He knows it's a brick. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Teddy can just, like, fully
I
go
think
back
the-
to controlling now.
Even though you would go down to 0, Hody is not the worst in this scenario because you basically get the full board clear.
Full board clear, whether he chooses to just
'Cause you'll
maybe
stun
stun the
something.
Karasu and kind of test the waters.
Yeah.
But there's no
Well,
reason
we
to
know
rush
he-
it.
Yeah, but you know he has no counter, so any swing is gonna work into it. Oh yeah, I should update the life to
Oh, yeah. I haven't been
1 to
updating
3.
live.
Very interesting. I know I saw there's also a Rosinante, the A cost in his hand.
Well, he pitched that with the 0.
Oh yeah, I just did.
Yeah.
I mean, you could also. He is going for the Hody play.
Yeah, Hody go
I
for
think
board is
his
fine.
hand, like I said earlier, is just like basically full counter now.
Uh-huh.
I don't feel like you're ever at risk, and you have 1 blocker up. You have to go for raise max just because you don't want potentially one of your, yeah. You don't want to end up a scenario where you stun the raise max and he just like minuses your Hody or your carrot and either forces the card to go away or the card to be knocked out or force your blocker out, and you don't want either scenario.
Yeah, and then there's Kid. Another, well, Hody you can't grab. I feel like with the amount of counter you have, just grab Kid because
yeah.
that can pretty much just,
It basically tells us like you win now or
yeah.
yeah, you basically say you win now or you hit the.
Yeah, other
The game's
options was
over.
like Cavendish, maybe like a counter.
Cavendish, I don't think it's really needed this point now just because
No.
you're going to 10, so you can still just do the play.
Yeah, in this matchup, Cavendish is you play it on curve. If not, I mean, you're only playing it if you have nothing
I
else.
still also feel bad too because you can't play the dragon first because then your leader gets arrested.
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't do dragon. And then now he knows he has Kid, so it's like I don't.
Oh, I think Teddy has 9 in hand too,
Yeah,
where I think the only card that's not
he.
counter is the
Well-
or the kid.
Yeah. Probably just counter that. If he plays out Dragon, he's going to give a blocker. Teddy doesn't have another blocker to play with that Kid. But with the board state, Jay's board state, it's like I don't think it really matters.
Because theoretically, you don't even need to use save one up for lead effect. So, depending on what this card in hand is, if it has counter or not, you could potentially go 9 with Hody and then use the other 9 for Kid.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like there's like 3 or 4 2Ks. Going for the search first. Maybe just trying to find a blocker. I think it's just another
Yeah,
2K.
with the search, all you would. I don't even know what he would be specifically trying to find. I mean, Teddy has a lot of counter. You could find maybe Bardo if he's playing that, and that can be played off the Kid. But at that point, I feel like the one Dawn is almost doing the same thing, like in a way.
I think you just.
Oh,
I still think doing the Kid play is fine. Just because even if you don't have the Don
he
up.
does the Kid play though. Dragon is not stunned. Nothing is going to be able to swing into it now because he already used a Dawn, so Hody can't match Dragon.
Yeah, but
So Jay might have a chance if he just sticks it all on Dragon, shoves in the Kid, and then,
even
you
if
know,
you do
hopes from
this,
there.
I'm saying is 'cause even if you do this, you're probably gonna have to attach something or use your leader effect to clear this. And I think he might have enough counter in hand, like even if like Dragon goes like 12 with lead effect and the leader goes 15, he might have enough. 'Cause I think he has 4 or 5 2Ks in hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
I'm
he
looking.
has he
Oh
has
my.
all his 2Ks.
Yeah.
I mean, and plus two, I guess Bonnie can just pick up another Kid next turn. But then if you don't have a hand, that could get scary. Because Jay still has 3 life and like 2 trigger bodies off of that. And if Teddy like has no hand, I mean that's rough.
I can't see what's currently in Jay's hand.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what Jay did to mess up. His turn just started.
No, it's Teddy said he messed
Oh,
up.
Teddy? Yeah, with the one
Yeah.
Dawn maybe.
Ooh,
Oh.
that could
Oh,
be
and then he's going to use
scary.
leader ability. I mean, Teddy
And then-
can still counter.
And then you can like,
technically.
yeah. But the thing is, if you swing like the leader now, how much are you gonna put on?
Oh wait, he doesn't have any Dawn up. Yeah.
There's still a way. There might be like a math scenario to get through this.
Oh yeah. I mean, this like
You have 9 Don and a 3K buff to do as well.
yeah. I don't know what Jay's card in hand is, but you might not want to use
Yeah.
leader ability. I don't know.
So you have a potential 12K extra in power this turn.
I mean, the leader ability, depending what it is in his hand, it might be the move. Just because it'll get like way more counter. Like it will last for a lot of cards from Teddy. And I think that's what he's trying to figure out right now. Because like leader ability base wise, he'll get Dragon to 12K. So that's already asking for 4 2Ks, which I mean Teddy has. But then he has like all this Dawn to work with.
Teddy's saying he's throwing. I think he won't have the Don up at the end of the turn, so the searcher body.
I mean, it's like even with big swings or whatever, Teddy has so much counter. I mean, you can bounce. I mean, you could like set up again because you have a jewelry
10 to
Bonnie on
5.
board
It's
too.
just this is just the easiest counter out.
Yeah, it's just 11. Because then the next one, I mean, he's not going to counter out, I don't think. I mean, maybe.
If this card top deck is another dragon,
Is it Dragon or like an Inazuma or something?
it could be.
Because Inazuma, I guess, Inazuma or a Dragon is what would make sense. With the amount of Dawn up. Actually, it would not be Inazuma, because Inazuma would require 6 Dawn in total since Jay can't use leader ability. Or actually, no, because Dragon is a 9K, so technically it has Rush off the bat. So it would be like a 6K swing.
Okay, just the Emporio.
That's still
This is-
pretty rough, though. That kid
Yeah.
is still there.
But if there is a Karasu blocker in life, there's potential.
Yeah, I mean, he's at least just going to get rid of the Dragon, so that's kind of annoying. Yeah, and also, too, without a hand, I think the only trigger bodies you're going to get is Karasu, like 2 life in. Maybe you could trash a card, get something else. But Karasu is really what you would want, I think.
Yeah, I
Oh,
would
no.
say just hold it,
Yeah.
then you just pass at this point. I mean, I still probably just swing the Hody in at it anyways, even though it's frozen.
It was still like nice to go wide, but I feel like I personally, I mean, obviously he doesn't know that Teddy has all those 2Ks, but
Yeah.
I would have just jammed into that kid and forced something else, because it would have forced like all these blockers or whatever.
Interesting, go on the lead right now.
I guess just to finish the game, but yeah, right now is little interesting.
Interesting for going for life when you don't have enough swings now at this point.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably like a discard 1 trigger.
Yeah.
But obviously, you just have to trigger that Kuma, because, I mean, that's like your only... Yeah. Stopping there. So, yeah, Karasu.
How much 2Ks does Teddy have currently?
I think he still has like 3 2Ks.
Oh, and the Limburg's done. Never mind. I thought
Yeah, Limburg's done. It's...
it's done now.
Yeah, it's done now. With a kid and 1 Dawn up, you clear it. You don't have Inazuma. You don't have Dragon. Yeah.
The rare Bonnie not breaking on all the top end game.
I mean, does that? Yeah, Teddy should have enough counter. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't anymore.
Yeah, but it's like it doesn't matter. You just
Yeah, it
rest.
doesn't matter. Play the Karasu. Yep. 1 card in hand. Which
This
I
is
think-
where my tech of Ezo comes in. You press the blocker. It helps a lot, like in these games like this. That's why I keep it like for games like where you get the trigger body or like things with Shanks where I know they're playing
Yeah.
a 4-cost blocker.
Yeah, because besides Hody, there's like not really much resting effects in Bonnie. It's pretty much just leader ability. So that's actually why that even though it's expensive, that new 2K X-Drake coming out will be nice. Just to
Yeah.
have a 2K that, like, if you absolutely need it, it's
Rest the
searchable and
body.
rest of 5 costs or less.
That works really well, 'cause especially if you have Carrot on board. A lot of times you're playing with Carrot, it's like if you play the Carrot on field, you want to stun the new thing they just played down, but you really can't.
Yeah.
And so like you can swing into the one and stun the other.
Yeah, so Teddy takes the game. It did get sketchy there for a minute, just because it was all 2Ks in Teddy's hand. But I mean, with that Bonnie on field, even if that dragon did clear it, being able to search, or wait,
For
he
the
would have
kid?
had to dig for another kid. But if he didn't have kid, it could have just been over then. But yeah, that was a good game. That also just shows like the power of the matchup of Bonnie and
Yeah, but
two
there was the
Bello.
explosiveness of Jay. He got the 3 Karasus where it's
Uh-huh.
like just forcing all the life out immediately.
Yeah,
If it was, I'll just say, you never know, because a lot of times Bonnie, you just end up having all your top end and like 1Ks in hand. You have no 2Ks.
yeah. I mean, or the opposite. Yeah, where you just have all 2Ks, and it's like that's not really that great either. But let's see.
Bro, I was looking at your file, I looked at your hand, it's like
You were
20K
fine.
encounter. Yeah,
Yeah.
but then at that point, I think you just go for game, anyways. That was saying though, I was like,
But I'm so stupid. I was just like, oh, if I find a bar to
Okay, let's see where we're at.
I
So
say the hoodie. I'm like, I was like, yeah. You should
Jay
just
and
have the hoodie
Teddy
and
just
clear
finished. So it looks like there might be
that's
2 more games still going. Either that or
Yeah.
they just haven't reported.
Top cut. Let me look at the players. I'm not sure who won yet.
Wait, hold on.
Matt
So,
W. We'll see. He won. I know he's been playing the control shanks. S Storm. I think he usually plays Ploofy.
wait, Matt
I'm not
W.
sure who Robbie
Oh yeah, because
is.
Matt W won. So down pair did win. Matt G playing kid.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
So I know Matt W. Shanks. Storm is. Hunter. Hunter, what are you playing today? Okay. All right, Storm
GP?
is on GP Luffy, not Purple Luffy.
Okay. Yeah, so.
So we have Bonnie, Shanks, GP. Not sure with Rob.
Yeah, so we still have 2 more rounds to go
Wait.
because the down pair won.
Wait, Teddy, do you know who Robbie is? Robbie? What's he playing? Vegapunk. Okay.
Vegapunk?
So we got 4. Okay, so our currently top 4 are all different leaders: GP Luffy, Vegapunk, Shanks, and GP Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty interesting. I like that. Not the usual where it's, oh yeah, same like 3 leaders every time, or like,
Isn't that the same exact spread from Sunday? Or wait, no, that was like the winners league. That was the same exact top 4.
I think
Vega,
so.
Shanks, GP, and Bonnie. Huh?
Yeah. But yeah, I think we're just waiting on a few more games to report.
Yeah, there's just
Just
one more that isn't
I'm not sure if
reported.
they're playing. But should be interesting. Playing the pairings. Vegapunk Bonnie is supposed to be good for Bonnie, but I get high rolled every time I play the matchup, so
Yeah,
I'm inclined to say it's not.
It's one of those ones where like you want to say yeah, but I think it is tougher than you think.
Yeah, I
because
think even like all 3 matchups, like people will say they're good for Bonnie, but a lot of times it just is tough.
Yeah, because I mean, like your whole early game, like if they see what they need to see, you're just removing like all the 5 drops.
I'm very interested if we get Vegapunk GP, which I think it is. I think
yeah,
it's GP
Vegapunk
Vegapunk.
GP.
Do we want the Shanks versus Bonnie or GP versus Vega? Yeah.
So GP and Vega.
Hunter, I'll say Robbie, Hunter, you guys are up there. All right, so I think James is probably gonna take the match.
He's got to work for his store credit, man.
I'll say I'm not getting paid for this.
Yeah.
I'll convince him to do it. I'll convince him for tomorrow.
so a Storm. Oh, that looks wrong. Okay, a Storm playing GP Luffy, and then Robbie playing Vega.
Andrew, are you playing tomorrow or are you gonna?
What?
Are you playing tomorrow? Are you
No,
here tomorrow?
I'm commentating. All right. Sitting. Okay, yeah. So S Storm is on GP Luffy and Robbie is on Vegapunk. This is a interesting matchup. If Vega can take second, he's off to a really good start. But as long as GP Luffy can kind of break through pretty fast, then they're in a good position.
All right, Mr. Tsunami is back just because James helping out front. Reset the timer.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if there's favorable in the Who because it's like these could both be very high tempo decks where if they see their stuff they want, they could just overrun the other person.
So yes, the major thing is who goes second.
Yeah,
That's really one of the big things.
looks like Vegapunk's
Vegapunk's going second. No.
I think Vegapunk also just Vegapunk I think is better second, but also I think just putting green purple Luffy off going second is very valuable just because those Sanji pudding Zoro Joro plays are very good.
So loud. Dude, they're so loud. How do I... No. So they won't be able to hear as well, but like the output into my microphone.
Yeah, the output into our headsets is like very loud.
Yeah. Yeah, so Vegapunk always want to go second. It's kind of like GP Luffy.
Okay, it's better now.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like they're not completely sure on their matchup.
Yeah, I know they're friends, but I think it's just like, I think this is a very debatable matchup just because the nature of both of just being able to spam out bodies and
Yeah.
both have. Well, the benefit of Vegapunk is he has removal in the deck for 4 and 5 costs.
It has removal early, and again, just the spam of bodies, because when you're going second, you get one out first turn.
Especially Vegapunk strives against decks that don't really focus on removal and just trying to like just swing in and win. It's because you can just spam out so many blockers, and they're not trying to. If like, I don't think green purple Luffy has any way to take out an Atlas at all, other than like swinging into it.
No. I mean, GP Luffy really doesn't have the removal unless they're running Radio Knife. That's pretty much the only way.
All right, turn 1, GP going first.
Yeah.
Oh, I do see. Yes, the Atlas turn 1. That's like one of the most scary cards to see.
Yeah.
Especially in this matchup.
Well, especially turn 1 against GP Luffy, or any deck, because you're gonna turn it sideways on first attack, and like they're not gonna be able to do anything to it.
Ooh, Luffy really not having anything other than just a stage.
I think also too the real tell on this matchup is going to be if Storm, if he attacks into Vega's life just because he can't get rid of Atlas on his first attacking turn, that could potentially be very difficult.
Ooh, and here comes the Rocket Luffy into it. I just noticed Hunter's Don is like every purple Luffy card. That's very funny. So I'm not sure about the Go and Marry. You have to be at less Don, correct, to use the effect to give +2 cost?
Less than or equal.
Less than or equal.
Yeah, which I mean, that's not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, your first Sanji in Pudding is pretty much always protected, or like your first, for the 5 cost character with the Merry Go, But the second one is always going to be removed with a Nami.
Okay, that's
Yep.
good to get the Lilith out, get some pressure out. But the only problem is he needs to somehow lead effect. If he doesn't, he could just swing in with the Luffy and then just pop the Zoro. There's no way for
Yeah.
him to increase the
I mean,
cost.
Storm is fine with that. There's no, you really don't want to use your leader effect right now. That really wouldn't make sense. On Robbie's end, he probably would have preferred if he just played Zoro Juro, because that was kind of annoying.
It is.
Because that extra swing really will matter.
I think I saw Darashi in Robbie's
Yeah.
hand, so I think you can just swing sevens,
Yep.
Darashi, leader effect.
And that's also the last turn that Atlas will be removed. The Darashi, that's fine.
Okay, looks like he
Ugh.
sees
That's rough.
Darashi. I think there's 2 Darashi. I think it's all events in that search.
Yeah,
and the stage.
it's all events, it's stages. Still running the searcher event. That's interesting. Because I was gonna say,
I mean, I think you only have
like,
the 2
is
choices.
he gonna pop or use his Luffy ability just to get rid of the Zoro right now? Maybe.
It's kind of scary now because Storm is at last life now, so that Atlas is
Yeah.
susceptible.
I think all his events were literally stacked together because
Yeah.
off his Luffy, he just drew the Rayquaza.
I think
I think
I saw as a
he's gonna
Vegapunk.
Vegapunk.
I think it's worth it because his hand is very large right now. I
Yeah.
don't think you mind the.
I would Vegapunk, and then maybe the stage. I'm not sure because he's at 6, going to 8. Because he might potentially want to play stage next turn. I'm not sure, but he could just pitch the 1-cost search event because it's usually not. It's okay, but Vega is also a search. Yeah, what looked like a very hot start. It's still in a good position because Storm's only at 1 life. That was really rough whiffing.
Okay, I've seen this tech before. The radio knife. I believe it's like
Yep.
rest of 5, then KO is 6. That's rested.
Opposite. So it's rest of
What's
6 and KO of 5. I mean, that was good, but he's probably going to get rid of this Luffy now, which not having a swing next turn is going to be pretty difficult for Vega.
Leader effect, not playing anything, so he's back at the 5.
He's going to play
I
Sanji
believe.
Pudding, though. If he plays Sanji Pudding,
11 Luffy.
just
I think
have to
I
get
think it's
rid of
also
it.
just good,
yeah. Now he has to rebuild.
especially if there's a second radio knife next
Yeah.
turn. You basically
s-
clear.
I'm still surprised he didn't play the Vegapunk with ability.
Yeah.
Because even though you would have to discard a card, like you have such a big hand, I think just having that extra blocker and then, finding
Yeah, let's
something
say
off
your
the
Atlas
top.
is like saved, but in like that scenario, I'll say you would still have the body on the field because like the radio knife would just rest the.
Yeah,
But the thing is, it might have been better just because you didn't have a radio knife, because then you could just swing 5 into the 0K blocker, and then you can actually use that Don instead of attaching all that
Yeah.
Storm did, and then play something out.
yeah. I mean, so I think the Vegapunk still would have changed the whole turn in general.
What is it?
Because
7.
the Luffy's, like, it's nice, like, right in the early game, but at this point, like, I really don't care about
Yeah.
Luffy right
Robbie's not liking his hand. He's been just digging for something.
now. Yeah, I mean, he
That's
did
what
have,
he's been
like, 6
digging
or
and-
7 events in a
Yeah,
row.
I would say he's digging. He saw those black cards he didn't like, so I was like, the odds are that your Vegapunk finds something good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then with 2 more,
I see an
you
Atlas.
just stage at this
Just a
point, I
Lilith.
guess.
I think
Just
there's 2
Lilith.
Atlases.
I would Lilith. I know, like, the 6K is nice, but you need to figure out what you're going to do next turn.
Yeah.
Because apparently it just hasn't, he just doesn't know. Because he hasn't seen Nami's yet.
Do you do the pitch for Vegapunk first before the Lilith goes off or after? I think it's probably the discard first. 'Cause that's the
No,
full.
I think
it's
it's
the
because
full.
that's the full
That's
effect.
the
You have
full
to
effect.
discard first before
Yeah.
Lilith.
Like Pythagoras.
He left 2 open for stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stage is so nice. I know some don't run it anymore, but I like it because like I've been playing carry where you have like the stage that just restands any one of your characters turn, and if any
Yeah.
turn just makes
No,
some of
it's-
these characters so much more annoying.
Early
Like
early stage is really nice, just because it keeps some protection in the beginning, late and +2 some really nasty plays later on. But it's just such a bricky card. If you run more than 2, that's way too
yeah.
much. I only run 1 personally.
I was gonna
Because you're
say because
going
the whole
through so
game plan doesn't
much.
revolve around the stage. It's just a
No.
nice benefit compared to like some other decks where the stage is a necessity.
Yeah, this stage basically I run as a one of because like I could put in just like one more scientist card, which like isn't that big of a deal because like all the bodies I need in Vegapunk, I have it already. So you have like I don't know, I think it's like about 4 of the 5 flex spots, and even no, not even that honestly. You maybe have like 3 to 4. And that's usually like your stages. I run 1 room. I know people are running 2 8-cost kids in there because sometimes it does help just finish that game.
Hadn't seen us. Not sure. Can't really see Storm's hand. I'm assuming he doesn't have any Saji puddings if he hasn't seen them
Yeah,
yet.
it also makes these searches rough uh, because like the 1-cost event searcher, it's rough because it's taking up other spots. It's like you would think it would add more consistency, but you're running so many events and you're taking yourself off curve.
And you already searched enough now with the new Vegapunk that do you really need to have like 8 normal searchers plus the Vegapunk plus Addison
No.
to draw?
No, I mean you're just trying to go hard in, and again, when you're like on the 2-don curve, I mean every turn you should be playing. Well, besides first turn, you're playing 2 bodies. Like it just feels bad.
Well, there's 2 or
And plus
2
2,
left,
the trigger off
think.
it's only draw 1, so it's not that great of a
I think you just have
trigger.
the lead effect here, go up to 4 Don just to like play something.
Yeah, this has been a. It hasn't even been that many turns, but this is a very interesting game. We haven't seen one Sanji and Pudding come down yet. It's just been Zoro's, and then Vega was just kind of stuck in a rut for a second.
Okay. The Sanji again played actually very strong.
Yeah.
Staying at that last Don, and is looking like Storm is scraping for something. He doesn't look like he doesn't have the pieces in hand.
I've also only seen one Nami so far, and it was a search that
Yeah.
just went to the bottom.
In the first 2 turns, you really only played like the stage, and that was it. You would hope to have multiple stage.
Finding the Zoro.
10 at lead.
That's interesting. I would have just kept spreading bodies. I know your hand's getting thin,
Yeah.
but
And
because
you're
you
only-
turn a body that's gone.
Yeah, I would probably only swing like maybe like once with only one of my characters potentially and try to like play
Yeah.
out just because the other one is just gonna be restood. But I think the thing is Addison is that or what is that
He,
Pythagoras that plays a 4
yeah,
drop
Pythagoras
from
on
trash.
board, yeah. So it can play Edison, Frankie,
Lilith.
and Lilith. I mean, those are your targets. So 12 targets in the deck. It is nice. It does come out rested, so sometimes like it's nice to get a search off,
Yeah.
but it's not doing too much. What?
He's playing on Pythagoras from Vegapunk, then pitching. The only scary part is I think Robbie is at 2
Pitch.
cards left in hand.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I guess he does have to keep one up because of Secret Luffy, but yeah, this was the start was so good, but yeah, that middle game is just so clunky with I mean, as you could see, like there's already a stage and I mean, so many events. So
Does Storm really have anything to swing this game currently? Seeing
another
all the Zoro, it
this
was
is
just
just
like,
like deja vu every
yeah.
turn. It's just green Zoro, which I mean works out. Like it's
I,
good.
this is one of the matchups where that card is really strong in. I believe Zoro Rush is it 4 or 5?
No, it's a 4 cost. If it was a 5, that would be nutty.
Yeah, but still, it's still really good because there is a lot of 3/4s in this deck.
It's a good matchup, but yeah, I mean GP has a large hand. I know they can get really bricky. He hasn't played once on G Pudding. Um,
Why can't that be like
yeah,
whenever I play this against this deck, they have all 3 of them,
I
or they have
mean,
3 or 4.
yeah.
I
This
see
is
there
just
is a Nami and a Zoro Juro in
uh,
hand.
yeah. No, he has Zoro, Juro. He has Nami. He's had all that. He's just opted to play Zoro every
I
turn.
think you just have to like Nami may find like Giant or something to try to keep up till next turn.
Yeah, just in case. Because I mean, two very big swings is still kind of
Or
rough.
potentially, if I was gonna say in this turn, if you had enough Don, the 6 cost Luffy can be very strong, even like through the
Oh,
Pythagoras, just because you can swing into Pythagoras, KO him, he plays whatever, then you just swing into it again.
yeah. Honestly, this has just been such an awkward.
Game for GP.
In both, I mean,
I mean,
both.
I think it seems awkward for Vegapunk, but he's just been in like a driver's seat the whole time.
Yeah, I'm not. Honestly, I thought Robbie was gonna use one Dawn for the Searcher. Like, I know Luffy can come out, but I don't
Just
think there was
swinging
like
big.
too much of a threat. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to.
If Giant does come down, I think you're going up to like 4 Don starting next
Are you,
turn, or
yeah,
5.
because he
It's
has 4. Wait, no, he has 5 Dawn right now. So if he doesn't use Giant, he's going to 7 next turn, which is a really good spot.
but if he does,
Uh,
he's going to 5 next turn, unless he has the Sanji pudding. Because then if you go into 5 Sanji pudding, you're have 3 actually do whatever, and potentially have another
I mean, the
Giant up.
Sanji, yeah, because again, we still don't know what the triggers are going to be on Robbie's life. That's always the scary part.
Yeah, the
So you
thing
kind of
is,
have to play it safe, kind of like when you swing in the Bellow Betty.
I was looking through his searches. I haven't seen
Yep.
a single Shaka.
Is that what I think it is? Is that a
That's the
4-cost
vanilla.
vanilla
Yeah.
Usopp? Maybe another target for Luffy Taro?
Yeah.
But,
Or just another target off Sanji pudding on 6 into your
oh,
4 cost.
yeah. So,
I think
Vegas
Hunter
still
or I think
okay. The secret Luffy
yeah.
is like the one thing he doesn't want to see right now. Because he's gone through 3 of the green Zoros. So with 4 swings, 1 Dawn up, I can't remember if he does have a Rayquaza in hand or not.
He does. I
Yeah, you
believe.
got the Vega blocker, the Shaka blocker. Um, they're not going to want to attack into shoot Pythagoras just
Yeah.
because he'll put out another body,
Just put
albeit
another
rusted.
Lilith, just find whatever. It's also scary though, because like I was mentioning earlier, that Shaka, from all those searches he did, I feel like I didn't see any other Shakas. So there's a good chance one of those 2 lives is one.
Yeah, I think another one might be in life. Also potentially a Nami in life because there wasn't many that he's gone through, and he's searched a good amount.
Yeah.
I'd say at least
Like,
what
like we know he's playing a
5?
lot of events, so it looks like all of his events are in deck and not in life. So You can,
I
like,
mean, you got that at least. Yeah.
so you have a good estimation of what possibly could be in there.
Is that 5?
So the last one is Rayquaza,
Yeah,
and like
another
we said, is a
Shaka.
Shaka.
I'm gonna say I know he was trying to be careful, but
I think at
I
this
would have held
point it's
on to
like
2K. Another leader fact.
you just have to just because you
Yeah,
need
at
the
this
plus
point,
1K.
I mean, you're already committed to the constant leader effect with Sanji Puddings. And honestly, against Vegapunk in this position, I mean, like, it's more about the amount of swings, not
And
how
like
hard
a
they are.
6K swing at lead, it's actually like strong right now just because
Yeah.
without the
Get rid
block,
of Vegapunk.
or like if you took the life, you'd have to be replacing something he doesn't really want to.
Yeah. So he does use stage on the Robin, increasing it
Yeah.
to 5.
Just
So
because
it's out of Luffy range,
It's
so
out-
you would have to have Nami. It's possible. The stage is also nice because he'll be able to swing with one of his Shakas.
I don't know if Storm has Giant in his hand. This Robin could do everything right now.
I know, depending what he gets.
But the thing is, if he swings in with both Shakas, he's at a very scary
Oh,
point.
no, he's not going to swing in with that second Shaka.
Giant pitching the
Giant of the secret Luffy realizes he's not going to be using that.
so he needs one or no, he swung 9.
Switching
8.
to 8, yeah, he's going to do 8, and then he's going to do 9, and then he's going to put something in his life as a buffer, and he'll restand that other Shaka and then keep one up for Quasar.
So Storm have Sanji putting in the deck. This is what I've been wondering this whole game.
I've been wondering that too. I mean, at a certain point, I don't think he cared. I mean, 10 lead?
I'm not sure if you really want to do
You
that
have-
much, just because you have 2 blockers that just gets out, and you're not going to swing with the other.
So he has
Blocker.
Quasar in hand. I guess I
Yeah,
guess he is just going to put the Quasar in life so he can bring Vegapunk back.
Okay, block for no effect, but I think because he needs.
Yeah, because it looks
he
like he has
needs
an
the
Atlas
Don.
in hand, which is only 1K. I mean,
How
Robbie
much-
is still okay.
Yeah, how much down is Storm at? Is
He's
he
going
on
to
the
5 because he used Gum Gum.
Yeah, if he was at 6, there's a good possibility the game could be over. Because if you get the secret out, you have 2 7s.
Yeah,
and
but
it just
I
looks
mean,
like Hunter calls it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, who
Seeing
called
0
it?
Zanji pudding is atrocious.
Did Storm concede?
Yes.
I mean, I guess he finally had it with the Rayquaza. He was going to, put out Vegapunk, and then depending what Vegapunk is going to bring out, and then plus to that last life, I don't know if he showed it, but I think there was a good chance that was like a Shaka, a Nami. Like, there was a lot of things in those searches we really didn't see. So, yeah, Robbie takes it.
Yeah,
Also, I
think
was not
the
updating
whole. I
life.
think one Sanji pudding actually could have changed the whole game.
Huh?
Just having one Sanji pudding would have changed the whole game.
Oh, that Sanji pudding would have stuck there forever.
Yeah.
It would have been a 7K swing that he doesn't want to swing into.
Yeah, you'd be at like 7, 8 down every turn.
Yeah.
But it looks like we are getting Vegapunk in the finals, which is
Yeah.
very exciting.
Yeah, so it's Vegapunk again. I don't know.
Either Bonnie or Shanks, which seems bad
So it's
for
going to
both.
be Vegapunk and Shanks. More favored towards Shanks, to be honest.
Yeah, as we
but-
saw in our game at the Winners League last week, was it the Winners League? But Kuma versus Ben.
Yeah, Kuma versus Ben. Ben did have stage and Newgate, which
Yeah, it's
also
full
made
control.
it rough.
There's
A lot
full
of-
control Shanks, and that's what Matt W, who I think it is playing something similar to that.
Yeah, it was very similar. It's just going to depend what he sees.
Commentator. There we go.
It's just going to depend what he sees. even control shanks, I think it goes either way. Because even the rush shanks, honestly, the rush shanks I think does better because you still have the same control tools in your normal shanks. You really don't need to go higher. You're not asking to get rid of 7K bodies. It's all 6Ks and unders and under. So yeah, we'll just see if or like Lucky Roo. That's you really don't want to see that Lucky Roo right away as Vegapunk because that'll slow you down. But if Vegapunk gets off to like the start they want to see and Lucky Roo doesn't hit the
Yeah,
field,
like that game.
that's when it gets really
That's
rough.
like one of the best starts I think you could see with Vega, just Atlas, and then you could like Searcher,
I-
play like Luffy.
As Shanks, I mulligan for Lucky Roo against Vegapunk.
I think no matter what, you have to. And it's like, I was playing Bonnie, I'm always mulliganing for Pedro.
It's like you don't have to, but that's how you set yourself up for a good position because Vegapunk will run through your life. And then even though you're starting the control in the end, if you keep spreading with like the new Vegapunk blocker, ability, a Lilith just constantly searching, like it gets really rough.
Yeah.
Also, too, like if they see, Shanks put down Yasop or something, responds with a Nami, like that kind of stinks. It's less about like the 1K needed to get rid of bodies, but more of just, okay, I don't have as much swings as I would like. Because then Beckman goes on curve and then, a 5K swing,
Yeah.
if they only have 6Ks on board, it's not doing anything.
Statistically, this seems like a better matchup for Shanks. Well, you never know.
So, statistically, yes.
But the tempo, like
Shanks
the
is
tempo you could generate on Vegapunk is scary.
Shanks is favored, but I still think the Rush variant is better against Vegapunk because again, like
I think the control one's better.
you would think, but it's with the stat line, it doesn't matter because it can naturally just get rid of anything it wants to with its Rayleighs and Beckmans. Like that's fine. The 10 cost Pop Shanks is only better if like Vegapunk is specifically kind of trying to keep all their characters standing up, but I mean I think the Rush variant is better just because it's asking for more counter out of Vegapunk's hand.
Yeah. Looks like we have two
Let's
games
see.
left. They're still playing.
Yeah.
Actually, who's playing? Let me see. Cruiser. I'll see if they're still playing because I know Cruz.
All right. Let's see who else won. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what the prizing is for today. I know. Let's go Opie Tourneys. And we're on Treasure Cups. Prizing. Yeah, so again, the prizing for today for the Treasure Cups, first and second will take home a Charlotte Pudding. Top 4 will get an extra event pack. They did get one on entry. And then 2 more Charlotte Puddings will be raffled at the end of the event. And also, too, a pack per head prizing. I don't know if that's going to be more EBO2 packs or
That would be
what
very
the
nice.
case is. Because I know EBO2 was the entry pack. So I'm not sure what they're going to use for that prizing. And then again, we do have another Treasure Cup tomorrow at the same time, 2 p.m. And I think more people are probably going to show up tomorrow just because there was regionals and other Treasure Cups going on today.
Yeah. All right. I
Do
think
they still have
there's
time?
James is overtaking time, so I think they're still in like a
They're still
pretty-
in regulation, though, I think.
yeah, they're still, but the game is like a pretty not like an end state. I think they're both healthy, unless I saw like Shanks looked like he had 3 life, and the other person looked like they had 2. Unless James looks like maybe it is over.
What's it looking like over there? This is,
Oh,
oh, okay.
okay.
Cool. They just finished, so we're gonna push pairings here.
I guess I just lied about that. I thought it was
Once they
closer than it
report.
was. Everyone is.
Yep. What?
All right, we got the last round up.
All right. So yeah, it's gonna be Vegapunk against Shanks, Robbie, and Matt W. Let's. God, where's my mouse, dude? It's gone. Oh, it's over here. Okay, yeah. Matt
I think they're in the
W and
right spots.
Robbie.
Yeah.
Yep, in the right spots. We'll update, and then we will go to the players. Again, this is Shanks against a Vegapunk, who we just saw last
Yeah.
round.
And we saw Matt W on Wednesday in the finals for locals.
Is he also playing Vegapunk then, or? Oh
No,
wait, you said Matt W,
Matt
not
W,
Robbie.
yeah.
Sorry.
I think
All right.
5 and okay. Looks like Robbie's electing to go second.
Yeah, I'm guessing Robbie won dice roll, so yeah, he's gonna choose to go second. Hopefully, Shuffle's good this time, because again, he did have 6 fence in a row, so.
Turn down their mics for us. It seems loud for me, right?
You gonna stick it up?
Are they talking loud for you?
Yeah, it's super loud again. Why does it?
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
I think we're good. Yeah. I think it's also like, it's not like terrible peak, but like when they like talk really loud, yeah, like peaks.
Okay.
Don't get it too low, or they can't hear.
So like we mentioned earlier in the pre-talk before the game, Shanks really wants to see is Lucky Roos, all of them. This is like the best card that could stop
Yep.
any sort of game plan of Vegapunk.
Also, too, being able to get if you get Building Snake, Marco.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's on odd curve, so that's not even.
I know Matt W had some interesting tech cards in where he had like the 2 cost like Shanks, or like 2 or 3 cost Shanks event to get something like -3 and you could like draw a card.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard about that event. I mean, I've never seen anyone use it before, so it's interesting. I guess it's more for like the draw card, because I think like the that like UFO event is also pretty good, but I don't think you need to hit that high that often, because I think the UFO event is like -5K or something.
Yeah, I do that UFO. Anytime I play against like a Caesar clown, I just see some of these cards. I'm like, these are good. And then, so turn 1. Okay, it looks like stage in hand for your turn
Okay.
2 is pretty good,
Looks
and
like
with the Marco.
Robbie also has, it looks like good both hands on both parts, because Robbie does have the Lilith, I believe that is. So yeah, right now Matt's just going to. Is he actually not sure if he?
I think he's just making sure. I think he just instinctively went to the swing, but he's like, wait a second.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was
going
actually
aggressive
confused for a
early on.
second.
Honestly, I'm not too opposed to the idea. No trigger.
Yeah, unfortunate. That was a Quasar. That would have been great for later. But yeah, stage. That's good. But yeah, getting down to 1, I mean, is fine. You do kind of roll the dice, but Considering you're going to be controlling the board later on, it's not a big deal.
Still, is it? No, he's at 5, so you can't. This Yas, I think you just play the Yasop now, and then next turn you can go Bill and Snake, Marco, Pop, whatever.
I mean, it's also taking off like a lot of aggression, putting
Yeah.
leader the 6K.
And also, yeah, forces out 2K.
Did Robbie just get another stage? I'm curious how many he's running, because I think he has 2.
I see the
does he not
Nami in
have 2
hand, it
stages?
looks like. I mean, he's got some good cards in hand. He's got the Sanji blocker, yeah. Draw
Yeah.
2 trash one. Drawing to a Nami is very good.
You won't get the draw off it, but just use Nami now. Get rid of the Yasop. The less bodies Matt W has, the more room you have to kind of swing
Yeah,
around.
especially since you're going to most likely be swinging with Lilith and Atlas.
Yeah.
You don't want that Atlas to go down for free, essentially.
Yeah, because something is going to go next turn with Ben Beckman, and then.
Oh, he
he
can't
would
even
only
swing
have
with the
one
Lilith
leader
just because of
swing.
the +1.
Yeah. Takes it.
That chopper blocker can be very strong, but
Yeah, chopper blocker gets it.
Robbie just has a full board right now. I think it just looks like a divine departure.
Yeah. Usually I'm against pitching Vega for anything, but with Robbie's current hand, I mean, it's not the worst idea. The only thing is I forgot. Did Robbie pitch a 4 cost?
He pitched the
Oh, wait,
Frankie
no, that
for
doesn't
a
matter. He doesn't have
2K.
Pythagoras out. That's what it was. He pitched Frankie for the. I can't remember anymore. This is tough because it's like
He can
basically
build
with like Ben
Snake
Beckman,
Marco.
you would get rid of the Sanchi blocker, and then you leader -1K on Shaka, swing 5K, and then just hope Robbie doesn't counter out. But yeah, this is kind of tough. And +2, I don't think I saw it. I don't think Matt W has Rayleigh, which is like one of the best cards in this matchup.
Yeah, not. Where did you go the +1? Probably just on the Shaka.
Yeah, so what is he playing for 5? Another like
He's
yes?
7, so you can go Billing Snake into Marco.
Oh, well, that's 6 Dawn. Yeah, so Billing's taking the Marco.
I was say, I was thinking I would maybe go for Atlas, but if you take at least 1 this turn, you're. Or
Well,
no,
he would
yeah,
take
say
2,
you
but
take
still.
2 because he's at 1 life. I forgot.
I mean, that's not a big deal. I mean, there's like 2 5Ks on the board, so just swing in that, and then you're going to KO
Did Robbie
Atlas.
pay the 5 to play Nami Raw? I think he would probably better to just go the leader effect to do it, and then because then if he reses the Marco,
It's also. Yeah, so he's going to pitch a event. Is that Divine Departure or a Roger that Matt W has in hand?
it's definitely a Shanks.
What?
He has 2 pop Shanks in hand.
No, I see. I'm saying for like the Marco to save it.
Oh, I think he
So
had,
that must be Roger. Unless he really is keeping a Divine.
no, he has the departure in hand. He could have saved it again.
Oh, yeah, that is the Departure.
It looks like that might have been a Beckman drawn right there.
Yeah, +2, I think he does have a Beckman already. So yeah, puts the Rayquaza in life. Your best target is pretty much always going to be, well, I usually would say Vegapunk, but you do have to discard, so I'm not sure if it's worth it right now till a lot later once Matt W kind of
And there's the
spreads
Beckman
out.
out. So going to 10, do you just swing a lot? Okay,
Yeah, there's
searching
the
for
search
something.
event.
I see a Vega. I think you just grab.
I
a
would definitely
Vega.
grab Pythagoras.
Actually, yeah, 'cause you are on row
Because
because you
you have-
can't really Vega without
You have
putting yourself.
Quasar and Life, so that's just going to grab Vega if he really needs it.
Yeah.
Rather have the Pythagoras that if he doesn't use Ben Beckman to get rid of it, then it's just going to bring out another character.
Interesting. I'll say, what if you,
Matt W.
I thought the idea it might have been good to just go to one swing at the Nami's, clear it, and then double chopper blocker.
One can get a little scary sometimes, but that probably was better. It's just the fact in his hand he has like 2 of the pop shanks, and then was that Divine and a Yasop. So
I see the Yasop in hand. You can
I mean, you
just
can
go.
clear board. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna make that a 4. Swing 5 into it. He's not gonna give it 2K.
Okay, 5 and a
7 and
4,
a
so-
5.
I don't think he has 2Ks in hand. I think.
But the Pythagoras is gonna bring 1 back, but staying at 2 life, he's cool with that.
Just leave. I think it's probably the play. Just leave it. Don't.
Probably to. I mean,
He's 2 Vegas in hand.
I guess it
see.
makes sense because he can get rid of it and then get rid of the next body in 1 turn. I don't know everything in Robbie's hand, so I don't know his potential
I think
plays.
it's double Vega, a Luffy, then something else.
Yeah, the Vega's still tough because you have to discard 1. I mean, you might have to.
He's just gonna swing 10.
Yeah. I don't know what he got off of life, but I think that might be another 2K.
He only, okay.
Yep, it is 2K.
And just do another one. Have a full board. This is yeah, he doesn't have to trash a card. Trash Luffy. Vega. Look at top 5. He can get Atlas, Pythagoras.
He's just going to go all out next turn.
Yeah.
That actually worked out really nicely, the Vega blockers. And
And let's look at another Yasop. That
yeah,
was drawn for turn. No Rayleighs, no blockers, no Ruse.
and if Robbie needs to, just, I don't think Matt W has the craziest KOing turn, but don't be afraid to swing with your Vegas if you ever have to.
The swing 10 with the Vega would go crazy for the win.
I mean, yeah, because Matt W, if he goes for life, you're just going to block with the Vega Punk first. Just block with your Vega Punks, and then with Quasar, you get another Vega Punk and then another body.
Yeah. This is one of those games where it's like these ones don't have rush. They don't have, or they're not playing rush in the deck, which is like hard to go for game a lot of times in these scenarios. Or just
Yeah.
like having rush to go at something to make sure they just have 1 less body on the floor.
Well, that's why I was saying I think the Rush Shanks is so much better in the Vega Punk. Just because, again, you still have the KO tools. Like, you really don't need to reduce
Yeah.
almost anything.
And all of them become 5Ks.
He's
so
going
you
the
can easily
defensive
swing.
route.
I mean, I think it's like his only really play
Yeah.
currently. It's like double Yasop, I guess.
The
To
part,
7.
yeah, even with that, the part that's really hurting Matt right now is he just doesn't have a blocker because he countered with his choppers. Because going against, like, controlling Vegapunk by, like, KOing, that's already, like, one thing. But being able to set up, like, blockers, like, there's usually only so many swings we have, or we're forced to have the Nami, whatever it may be. What is... Okay, that's in hand. Passing, keep that 10 drop.
I'll say, would you just like so long with the shanks just to get a blocker or even the card out of life. But
Yeah, I mean, you're just going to go 10-12.
I know there is departure in hand. That's enough to get him out.
Because that was. So no leader. Cool.
It's the draw. Or that's the shanks event I was talking about.
I
And
forgot
it triggers draw 1, but it's like minus 3K.
if he wants to, he could, because I think that's Nami in hand. Just play Nami, pop the Yasop, and then
Yeah, I
you
don't
get the
think-
draw off it. You don't need.
Oh, he drew Shaka. Yeah,
Yeah.
that I think
Okay, he
Matt
still
just called it.
concedes. No blocker, no counter. I mean, he was still fine, but yeah, I think the Nami probably would have been the better hit. But I guess cushioning also.
Yeah, I was like,
there's
where's
no
the
amount of
Rayleigh? Where's
swings.
the Ruse at?
Yeah, so Robbie takes it.
Pretty convincingly on the Vegapunk.
Yeah, it's just again without like the rush. It's just it can be a little slow if Shanks doesn't see her. I shouldn't even say that. I think it's more like on Vegapunk's end usually. But Matt W, yeah, just not having like the Lucky Ruse, playing the choppers.
Yeah.
That's usually it gives Vegapunk so much room to swing in.
But at the end of the day, we have Vegapunk as the winner of the Sully's Abode Treasure Cup, Store Treasure Cup, which
Yeah.
I didn't really expect because I know Vegapunk is good right now, but just being able to see the type of pressure and just the spam ability, it was like turn 2 or something, it felt like, and there's already 5 bodies on the field.
Yeah, it's like one of the big things is again that Vegapunk. Honestly, I think it's probably if you're just looking at the card alone and not like at a deck, I think that Vegapunk is probably the best card that came out of EBO 2, or like most powerful card, I should say. I mean, Secret
Yeah,
Secret Luffy, I guess
It is
probably.
good too, yeah. It's just a 5 that can play a 5 is insane.
Yeah, it's insane.
Especially
And then
when
like
you're
the
playing for
value.
1.
Then the value you get off those bodies, you have the blocker, and then when you're in these late game situations, again, Vegapunk, one of its problems is like, you know, your hand gets drained at a certain point because you're spamming bodies and having the counter. But that Vegapunk, like when you like Rayquaza or whatever, you don't have to pitch anything because you have no hand, and then you get a blocker, then you get another body to be able to swing. So yeah, I mean that was a good job by the Vegapunk player and Matt. Yeah, I think it just came down to like he wasn't seeing enough blockers.
Or even just any of the other pieces like Rayleigh, where you could just Rayleigh minus 2 of the catcher that can swing, and you pop the 5 cost Vega.
I think too. Also the I think it was like the second before Vegapunk's last turn, Matt chose not to swing with the 12K body. It's like, yeah, what a Rayquaza that would have got like one more body, but I
But
think
you have
maybe
to, like-
you have to finish them at some point.
Yeah, it's like you were saying, you didn't see his pieces, so you know you're not seeing your pieces in the game. You just have to go for it.
Yeah. So yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations to Robbie winning a nice Treasure Cup store pudding, or store Treasure Cup pudding
Yeah.
prize card. I really like how that card looks. I'm still mad I lost my finals last week.
Yeah, I would say, you know, Matt at least still gets a pudding, but again, this is all on the Bondi app.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been screwed before where, like, I was in the finals and then I lose and then I'm magically 6th place somehow.
Yeah, but there is one being raffled off. I'm trying to wonder.
I think it said 2.
I retired. My name's still in there? That's what I'm trying to wonder.
I mean, I don't.
'Cause
I
think it's
imagine. I think it's everybody that shows up because they're doing it themselves. It's not
Okay.
off of whatever. But yeah,
I better go make sure my name's in there so I could potentially get it.
It should be, but yeah, you can go check.
All
but
right,
yeah,
but
it's gonna
that'll
be 2
be it
more
for
puddings.
Us for today. Tomorrow, there's another one.
Yeah,
at the
tomorrow,
Abode.
2 p.m. I am expecting more people
Yeah.
just because, again,
There was
was a
online today.
yeah, I don't know if it was just 1 or maybe 2.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of good players that weren't here today that will probably show up tomorrow, like Hart and Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll have more of a turnout, especially since Monday is Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So I think more people are willing to show
Honestly,
up
I think
on
this is probably like
Sunday.
the most competitive store cup I've been to. Just looking at the people who are here today compared to the other few I went to, just like
Oh.
the quality of the players that I know.
Yeah, I haven't really gone out for the Treasure Cups. I know NRG was crazy.
Yeah,
With
I
some
would
of the
say
people out
there's like a
there.
few stores when there's like an event there. When the
Yeah.
hitters come out.
Yeah, and well, also too, like at this time, it's kind of awkward because there is like a lot of treasure cups, so like people can get into a lot of them. Maybe they win
Yeah.
one and they're
It's
like,
interesting
okay.
that they crammed like the online regionals and treasure cups all in like a
Yeah,
span
and
of like 2
pre-release
weeks.
is gonna
Yeah,
happen
like
like,
next week I think.
is it next week? I'm not ready,
Yeah,
man.
because the set comes out like the 8th or something. So like next weekend.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 2 p.m. Tune in. I expect a lot more
Yeah.
people to be here.
Like we said, Sully's Abode, great place to come out and play for not just One Piece, a bunch of card games.
Yeah, and there's also a cap of 64. Maybe we'll reach it. I know I said more people are going to come out tomorrow, but I'm sure there's space.
Yeah.
It's Memorial Day weekend. There's been a lot of treasure cups. Some people already
Some are
won.
like burned out, like sort of like I've done a few already, so I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna play carrot and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then just cry when I lose by 1K on stream.
But yeah, congratulations again to Robbie, and we will see
Yeah.
you guys
Make
tomorrow.
sure like, subscribe to the stream, follow, do all that. Make sure so you can see the next time. So you can see tomorrow. Make sure you got the notifications on so you can know when the stream's happening. And like we said, the Abode. We also have locals every Wednesday, where
Yep.
there's a lot of we get like 20, 30 people, a good amount, a lot of good players. So if you're ever in the area, be sure to come out. But that's gonna be it from us.
Yep. See you guys tomorrow at 2. Bye, guys.